you've heard of it. The eye that doesn't just see the world, but sees through it. For thousands of years, seers, sages, and mystics from every ancient tradition have whispered of this hidden eye, an eye that perceives beyond illusion, beyond form, beyond the veil of physical reality. It's not fantasy. It's not a myth. It's a doorway. And as you sit here now, beneath the stars, still and quiet, that doorway begins to open, not outward, but inward. Toward the truth you've always carried within you. Now, bring your awareness to that quiet space between your eyebrows. Gently. Breathe. You're not just focusing on a point, you're entering a portal. This is the Ajna Chakra, your sixth center of subtle energy. In Sanskrit, Ajna means command. Perception. Not the perception of the eyes, but the wisdom that sees without seeing. Here lies a power greater than sight, the power of inner vision. This is your third eye, not a metaphor, but a real and energetic faculty that awakens when the mind grows still. You've felt its voice before. In a sudden knowing, a quiet intuition, a whisper of truth when there were no words. That was your Ajna speaking. This chakra is symbolized by a two-petaled lotus, one petal for the sun, the other for the moon. Masculine and feminine. Logic and intuition. Ida and Pingala. These sacred energy streams spiral upward through your spine, and when they meet here, at the Ajna, something shifts. Time softens. The senses fade. You begin to see from within. In this sacred convergence, your intuition sharpens. Answers rise before questions are asked. The noise fades, and the seer within you awakens. But this eye does not open through force. It opens through presence. Through stillness. Through a deep returning to what you already are. So sit gently. Allow the petals to open. Watch from within. The Ajna is not an idea, it is your sacred inner compass. And it is calling you home. Let's journey deeper now, into the bridge between science and mysticism. At the center of your brain lies a tiny pinecone-shaped organ, the pineal gland. Small as a grain of rice, yet vast in its mystery. It regulates your body's rhythms, releasing melatonin as the sun sets, guiding you into sleep and dreams. But the ancients saw more. They called it the seat of the soul, the third eye, the gateway to divine perception. Modern researchers are now catching up. Some suggest it may even produce DMT, the spirit molecule that unlocks states beyond ego and form. A molecule capable of opening doors within consciousness that no words can fully describe. Though deep in the skull, the pineal gland is light-sensitive. It contains retinal tissue, like your physical eyes, suggesting it was made not just to regulate outer light, but to perceive inner light. And when you turn inward, letting go of the world, this gland awakens. Your brain slows. Your melatonin rises. And something ancient stirs inside you. Not fantasy. Not fiction. But a living, breathing neuro-spiritual reality. This tiny gland holds a secret. A bridge between the measurable and the mystical. A lighthouse for the soul. So breathe once more. Rest in that silence. The pineal gland is not just part of your body, it's your inner skywatcher, patiently waiting for you to remember the light within. You may call it the third eye. But the name is not what matters. Because long before language tried to capture it, every ancient tradition was already pointing toward it. This inner sight has been known by many names, but it all points to the same truth, a deeper way of seeing. In Egypt, it was the Eye of Horus, symbol of divine perception and protection. In Buddhism, the Eye of Wisdom, seeing beyond illusion. In Sufism, Basira, the inner sight of the heart. In Christian mysticism, it was called illumination, the divine light of the soul. Across cultures, continents and centuries, the message has never changed. This vision does not come from your senses, it comes from your soul. And now, it's your turn. Feel it in your being. These symbols are not stories from the past. They are reminders that you are part of something timeless. That you carry this sacred sight within you. Not to escape the world, but to see it, finally, as it truly is. Maybe you've heard the warnings. Whispers that say opening the third eye is dangerous. That it leads to madness, delusion, or confusion. But pause. And breathe. Ask yourself, where do these fears come from? Are they truth? Or are they misunderstanding? The third eye is not chaos. It is clarity. It is not something to fear, it is something to respect. When awakened gently, with balance and grace, it doesn't overwhelm you. It restores you. So why the myths? Because when the veil begins to lift, the ego resists. When you start to see through illusion, the old patterns rise up, trying to hold on. But this isn't danger. This is transformation. Yes, if forced or pursued recklessly, awakening can lead to imbalance, mental fog, disconnection, or spiritual pride. But that's not the eye's fault. That's the mind clinging to control. Real awakening is humble. It's quiet. It's steady. It dissolves the masks and reveals the truth, not just in others, but within yourself. So walk this path gently. Let your heart open as your vision sharpens. Let presence be your guide and balance your teacher. Because the third eye doesn't make you powerful. It makes you peaceful. And it doesn't blind you with illusion, it reminds you of what's always been within. Now that you've heard the call, how do you answer? The third eye does not demand rituals or grand gestures. It asks only for space. For invitation. One of the oldest and most potent practices is Trataka, candle gazing. You sit still. Gaze into the flame. Your eyes stop searching, and your vision turns inward. The flame becomes a mirror. Not of your face, but of your soul. Then there's Bhramari pranayama, the humming bee breath. Close your eyes. Seal your ears. Hum softly. That sound. It's not just vibration. It's frequency. It tunes your nervous system to stillness, and your third eye begins to hum with it. And for those called deeper, there is Khechari Mudra, where the tongue curls gently to the roof of the mouth, touching sacred points in the body's energetic map. This ancient gesture awakens subtle circuits, activating the seat of divine awareness. But remember, this awakening isn't only on the mat. It's in your choices. Reduce fluoride. Embrace darkness. Rise with the dawn. Meditate not as a task, but as a return to your own stillness. These practices don't force the eye open. They invite it. They prepare you. Because your third eye doesn't unlock with effort. It remembers. And the more you return, the more it returns to you. So gaze into the flame. Hum to your soul. Sit with the silence. The eye is already there, gently waiting to awaken. Now you understand, this isn't fantasy. This is not a myth. This is your true sight. The Upanishads whisper, there the eye goes not, nor speech, nor mind. We know not, we understand not how one would teach it. This is not something you learn. It's something you feel. You've touched it in those moments of vivid dreaming. When a symbol shows up again and again. When someone finishes your sentence before you speak. When your gut pulls you left, and you later see why. These are not coincidences. They are communications. Whispers from your deeper self. The third eye doesn't show you visions, it restores your vision. You begin to see life, not in fragments, but in flow. Not in illusion, but in essence. So trust it. This eye inside you is not reaching for power. It's reaching for truth. It doesn't seek attention. It seeks alignment. And when you listen to it, you don't become something new. You become who you've always been. This is not awakening to escape the world. It is awakening to see it clearly. And now, you return. Not to noise. Not to think. But to stillness. To presence. Your third eye is not a finish line. It's not a secret power to unlock. It is a remembering. A sacred coming home. You didn't come here to gain something new. You came to remember what was always inside you. To see not with the eyes, but with the soul. The anger doesn't roar, it whispers. It doesn't reach, it receives. And when it opens, you don't rise above the world, you fall deeper into it. With love, with clarity, with peace. So sit. Breathe. Listen. There is nowhere else to be. Nothing else to do. The eye has opened. And you have begun to truly see. If something within you stirred during this journey, don't ignore it. That wasn't curiosity. That was remembrance. This is only the beginning. Subscribe to At the Yogic Horizon and walk deeper into the sacred path of inner vision. Like this video if it touched your heart. Share it with someone who is ready to remember who they truly are. And tap the bell, not for notifications, but to stay connected to your own unfolding. The third eye has opened. Not outward, but inward. And now, beloved soul, you see.